plan is gone.
The plan is gone.
He's sitting over there in the corner, minding his business.
You want something new that was
talking
in
about
here.
the plant.
Oh, man, what's going on, everybody, man? We
y'all.
are back with another Church Nerds episode. We got the whole crew back, y'all. We got the whole group back, man. It's me, Jay Baldwin. We got Norman Heat, Brandon Travis, Darrell Walls. Pastor B is back in the building. Morbius is trash, a.k.a. Gabe Jordan. And Andre Buford, man.
So
we are back with... Oh, my God.
Morbius is trash. Yes, it is. Thank you.
Listen, if y'all haven't following us, y'all should know why Gabe and Andre be going at it each and every episode with this Morbius is trash. And
I'm
then
have
Pastor
a
B.
trivia headline next week.
We all can't be great. Some of us just. You know.
Man, I'm happy to have everybody. Man, how's everybody doing on here, man? Everybody good?
Good, man, I'm great, man.
We happy to have Brian back, man.
Yeah,
we missed you last week, bro.
I'm glad to be back.
He was going for 40 days and 40 nights.
Not 40 days.
Hey, Brian, I didn't notice. I like that Donkey Kong shirt you got on.
Oh man, thanks. And you know, Donkey Kong is one of my favorite characters. One of them.
Why is that? Why is that?
You know, I just feel like he.
Question.
You know, I just feel like he just does what he wants to do. It's kind of my inner spirit, you know.
So rebellion. Woo, let's start this podcast off right.
Channel your inner rebellion, I guess. I don't know. Is that a term?
I'm rebellious too,
man. Listen, we so happy to be back. We want all y'all in the comments, man. Make sure you tell your friends, your pastor, your youth chairmen, everybody to go like, comment, and make sure you go watch and read Bible Man, man.
That
is an awesome. It's just an awesome thing.
I didn't even know that was real. Honestly, I told y'all. Y'all said.
Right, I don't think you don't. I think most people that watch
Bible Man. What is that?
A real person.
It's Bible Man was lit back in the day. I don't care what nobody say.
That
he was fighting with scriptures, bro.
His weapons weren't carnal, huh? They was mine.
Bible Man and VeggieTales.
Wow. Yeah, VeggieTales. That's what it was. VeggieTales. VeggieTales came in the green VHS, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you had orange, it was Nickelodeon. If it was green, you had
VeggieTales. Rugrats. My Rugrats tape was orange.
You still got
like
yours?
Blue, orange, and something else?
No, I think it was orange.
So I think my grandma still got a box of VHSs in the basement. It's probably in there.
Y'all remember when it was going all over the internet that them VH tapes was worth something, like the plastic ones? Man, I tried to sell them things. Them things still up trying to get sold.
Oh, seriously, I saw this guy was on one of them hoarder shows. He had like every copy of Speed on VHS that he collected.
Oh wow!
He was full of VHS copies of Speed.
Really?
Seriously. Wow. That was crazy.
Wow, man. I know us like in the basement in my dad's place. No, we still got every Disney VHS.
Interesting.
Downstairs.
Y'all need to get
that's
wild.
Converted. What for? I mean,
to digital.
They're not gonna sell. What's your name, Darrell?
I would say at this point, everything on the app now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything streams, so there's no point to converting them.
Yeah, but you have the original version before the agenda came through.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And before it was, in HD, so some nostalgia and watching it in standard definition.
True. We still got the VCR too downstairs in the basement.
I don't care what y'all say. I'm not watching anything on VCR. You've come too far.
Let me find a VCR.
Stuck in the past.
I'll watch Morbius on.
All right.
Y'all
Andre, come back.
You hurt his feelings.
Hey, that made me laugh like Vicky Winans, bro. That was hilarious.
Okay, now you know I can't say it.
Oh my goodness.
Vicky Winans is funny in doses.
Just imagine her laughing in your FaceTime camera.
Oh my
God. Whole lot of teeth.
Bro.
This is why
What's the
I'm
topic today?
y'all.
What's the topic today?
Personally, I enjoy Pastor Vicky Wine singing. She's an amazing singer.
She's a beast.
You know, everything the devil stole, God gave it back to me. You know, that was an amazing song.
Classic. But some people ain't get their stuff back.
That's true. She wanted her cheese. It was an amazing song.
The church nerds, everybody. The church
my gosh.
The church nerds, everybody.
It's a
Listen, the
hideous
topic
episode
we
yet.
got tonight, man. If y'all haven't seen the film just dropped. I hope I suggest you guys go see it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 just released on Friday, and honestly, I'm gonna say this was probably one of the best Marvel films in my opinion. And
So is this a spoiler review or is it a regular review?
Oh, this is definitely spoiler. If you haven't seen the film, then I
It's a
suggest
week.
don't watch
You done
it.
had a week. You done had a week now to go see it. So
2 weeks, 2 whole weeks.
Okay, just want to make sure. Just to make sure now.
And don't blame it on the kid. You should have saw it.
You should have
Kids should be out of school.
I couldn't go see it. My kid was doing his homework.
Cap.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cap.
I can't.
Listen, man. The Guardians of the Galaxy 3 dropped, man, and honestly, we're gonna go around the church nerds, and we all gonna give our opinions and our reviews on the film. And I'm gonna start with my brother from Chicago, Darrell Wall, man. Go ahead. What you think of the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? It was definitely an emotional story. Definitely an emotional story. But go ahead.
I definitely enjoyed it. I think it's one of the best. Oh, I guess Gabe didn't want to hear that review.
See, I told y'all, man, his best feed was when he had the poles. I mean,
You gotta get them poles
gotta get them poles
Get the
back.
poles
man.
back.
I mean,
Hey.
you know, it was sinful, but it worked.
Well, until Gabe get back, go ahead, Darrell, man. What you think of Guardians 3?
I mean, it's definitely one of the best MCU movies they've had in a while. The big problem I have with it, though, is that statement. It's an MCU movie, but it doesn't really feel like it. Like, I'm trying to see what's the connection to this next phase. There was no. I mean, I'm assuming maybe because if you look at the after credits, then you see Star-Lord on Earth now. So I'm thinking maybe that's the only real connection to, like, the Kang Dynasty and all this. But it's like, where's the real connection to the sort of the MCU going forward? Right. But as a standalone movie, just as I really enjoyed it. I mean, I love the story. They finally gave some backstory on Rocket, where he came from, how he came to be, that he actually is a raccoon.
That was a running joke for like the past few movies, actually. Yep.
So that was pretty good. I mean, I like the overall storyline, and they kind of even sad to see him kind of break up, but at the end they kind of left it open. You never know. Down the line, somebody needs them. They're gonna call each other or whatever the case may be. And it was kind of funny throughout the movie. They kind of teased like somebody dying.
Right.
Like it was like so many different scenes where I was like, oh, they're gonna this person's about to die. This person's about to leave, and it's like, oh, they saved it. They made it. They made it. But otherwise, I mean, I enjoyed the movie. Oh, and this one of the best soundtracks too. They had a nice soundtrack. Yeah. I love the soundtrack to this movie.
Oh, the soundtrack was great. And I think Darrell, I'm gonna pass it over to Pastor B next. But I think the tunnel scene when all of them fighting.
Man, I was just about to say that.
Oh, that was one of the best.
Wait till your review. Wait till your review, Jay. Jumping the gun. Somebody else might want to say that. Somebody else might want to say that, Jay. Somebody else might want to say that.
Well, I'm hosting, so I can do it.
That's that rebellion from Pastor B right there.
That don't have nothing to do with me. Don't put that on
somebody
me.
edit Jay's name to presiding pastor Jay.
If you were presiding pastor, you gotta pay $200, please. Thank you.
I'm paying $200. Pastor B, man, go ahead.
No, man, I agree with everything Darrell said. I'm struggling with this. Is it the best? You know, I don't know if I can tag the title best on it.
You talking best out of the trilogy?
Well, just the best movie. I think Darrell, you said.
I'm saying out of the last couple of years, like the last like 2 years, like there's really not been a better MCU movie.
I give you.
I'm not putting it. You know, I'm not really going back to
that
like
was a slight. That was a slight refute from
yeah.
past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if best, but anyway, it was a phenomenal movie. I really enjoyed it. I too did not too much favor this whole breakup thing at the end, even though I didn't really think it was actually a breakup, because you know you watch through the end credits and you see where you know they're kind of setting this stage for you know Star-Lord to do his thing, but you know they all coming back together at some point. As was already mentioned, that tunnel scene, amazing. I appreciated just that whole epic battle that took place in the tunnel. Rocket's story, his kind of emotional story, I thought was awesome that they kind of brought us back to where he was. I will say the beginning was confusing to me when it first came on, and I'm like, why are all these little raccoons in this little cage? Like, what does this mean? And then, you know, out of nowhere, they started piecing all the pieces to the story again together. So if I give it any credit, you know, above all, I think it's that writing of that whole bringing all those pieces together and really not leaving any questions at the end. By the end, you really understood this whole evolution of Rocket from beginning to end. So
right,
I thought it was great.
Definitely good. Norm, man, what you think?
Well, you know, I would say this. I would say it's better than the second Guardians, for real. The second Guardians was okay, but it seemed like it tried to capture the magic of the first Guardians, but it just wasn't there. So they decided to make something just totally new, which is great. Great movie. I would say this, something I was looking at, because there was a question of how does it tie into everything else. So here's my theory to that. The character of Phyla, right? The character of Phyla in the comics was tied to Quasar, which was tied to Captain Marvel.
Right.
So my theory is that somehow they're going to tie that character into the Marvels, and that's how it's all going to be tied together to the guard. Because everything else kind of just ended, and everybody completed their arc, right? Like my man Groot got to be real big. He went from the old Groot to you saw him evolve through the movies, and that was great. Drax and Nebula pretty much replaced his family because. Now he has a family. You know, Mantis went off in self-discovery, which is Gamora, not the same Gamora, so she go off with the Ravagers. So I think everybody kind of had a complete arc. So now what do? You bridge to something else.
Right. You know, it's amazing how they talked about this, that Zoe Saldana, she literally had to create or make a whole new Gamora. You know, because she was so used to playing this one Gamora until obviously she got killed off in Endgame, and she literally had to redo her whole entire character again to be that violent Gamora that, you know, we've all known and stuff, you know. So shout out to her.
We first see in the first one.
In the first one, you know.
Yeah.
So
Black Magic.
Yeah, she did. And then I'm gonna go get my review now since I'm still talking. But
this episode is sponsored by Starry. Starry is
I love Starry.
I'm sorry. Brief commercial break. Starry is delicious.
No money.
Man, okay, look, I found this in Chicago. I had no idea this tasted so delicious. Starry is Starry.
It tastes like Sprite.
It tastes better than Sprite.
It tastes better than Sprite,
No, it
man.
don't. It tastes
Yes, it
exactly like
does.
Sprite.
No,
It's
it
real
doesn't.
Real, you ever had Starry? I ain't never had it, man.
I've had it like one time. It's up there. It's definitely better than what was it they replaced?
Sierra
Mist. Yeah,
Sierra Mist tastes like soap.
it's definitely better than Sierra Mist was. But I've had it. It's good. It is good. It is good.
I got a whole case downstairs.
do you really?
I got a case next to. I got a
I
case
haven't
next to my
had it
desk.
yet, so I guess I'm gonna have to try it.
Oh, it's delicious, man.
Gotta stop drinking that poison.
Well, you got to die one way or another. I'm trying to see Jesus as soon as possible.
Not as soon as
Ain't that
possible.
suicide?
Hold on.
Hey, I'm about to send somebody over to North's house real quick.
Stay around.
You gonna have
I want to see you tonight.
You need to talk to somebody, brother.
Stop the
What's up?
podcast. We gotta have an intervention. Hold on.
We gotta have an intervention.
Let's
on
go ahead
here.
and change the topic about this podcast.
I know.
No, man, blink if your wife ain't treating you right, bro. Like,
No, but I do joke. Suicide, if you need something, call somebody for real. So
Yeah,
definitely.
And the reason why I kind of joke
And we
about it
praying
is
for y'all.
someone told me that, and I didn't know how to respond. That they want to see Jesus as soon as possible. That's why all these, I'm lost without you songs and Jesus, I'm nobody. And I don't like them songs because they make you sound like you just a horrible person.
Did you respond like we just did?
I did not, because I just didn't know what to say. I was just stunned.
Lost
So-
Without You is Robin Thicke. If I see how you try to sneak that in there,
I don't know what you're talking about. All I listen to is Rance Allen and John P. Key.
you know what, Brandon, man. Go
I got
give your
married to
review.
"I Belong to You" by I belong. I mean, that's how I got married to. You know it. See, hey.
Brandon, give your review, bro.
Oh, okay.
wait, Jay, you undone?
Oh, I can't go because Norm got my head hurting right now. I got
You got your
Brandon,
head.
go ahead.
All right,
Drink some Starry, you'll feel better.
You have to hashtag sorry. We need to get
Brandon,
paid.
go
for that.
ahead.
Somebody give some star real quick.
Hey,
And they're upcoming brand, so we need to hit them up.
That's right. We'll take sponsors. We'll take them. Come on.
Christians like pop.
Somebody tag Starry in the
That's
chat.
right.
Hey, we can. Hey, make
Yo,
him
Andre.
the official drink of the
That's right.
of the upcoming national convention.
That's right. Starry and Tyson Chicken.
Yep, I was about to say, Norman, popping chicken.
Get a starry truck out there with the 40 food trucks is gonna be out there for the
Right, there you go.
Yo,
Taking us out. Taking us out.
Love us.
at least they're gonna have food out there. You ain't gotta go far. 40 different food trucks.
Man.
Well, and
I
as big as that hotel and the ballroom is, you could be walking all that food off.
Yeah, I heard that
Man.
hotel is huge.
I heard.
Yeah.
Brandon, man, go ahead, man.
All right, I'll be real quick, real brief, real prophetic. No,
You know, whenever a preacher say they're gonna be brief,
Yeah,
they're gonna be
I
2
know.
hours.
Ain't that what Pastor Saucer did tonight?
I'm tagging this man. I'm tagging that man. He getting tagged. He getting tagged.
Respectfully.
Hey, somebody get Dre out of here, man.
Oh.
Get him out of here.
Give me 5 more minutes. Give me 5 more minutes.
Where was Saucer at? Where was he at?
He was at Nehemiah's temple, and he did the Lord used him. He did a
He did a
phenomenal
great
job.
job.
He is a
People
great
get set free,
speaker. I
honestly.
definitely enjoy.
He got the
his
sauce.
ministry.
And he has a phenomenal beard, honestly.
He be drinking that Jesus juice.
I told you about the
What does that consist
Jay
of?
didn't believe me. I
We
told
don't
you.
know, but
Believe you.
we don't know, but he be talking about it all the time. Let me get a sip of this Jesus.
Make sure it ain't drunk with you.
Right.
Man, someone tag Pastor Saucer. Shout out to Pastor Steve.
We love you, Pastor Saucer. You the
We
man.
love you, Pastor Saucer. You did a phenomenal job.
Phenomenal
preaching
job.
at Nehemiah's temple.
Absolutely.
So,
Bless your
like
heart.
we- hey, everyone in the comments, like we said, the church nurses, we are not responsible for what comes out of Andre Buford.
Bless your heart, Pastor Saucer. Bless your heart. I don't even know who he is. I'm young.
Oh,
I don't know half of these pastors, man. I don't even know Jesus Christ.
Hey, he
Pastor
just
Buford.
became a part of the PCAF last year, y'all.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
It was not last
Not last
year.
year.
it was not last year.
I only know Jesus Christ and a presiding pastor B. That's all. That's the only people I know. And former presiding Gabe Jordan. That's all I know. I don't know nobody else. And a youth chairman that's not gonna be at his event.
Somebody mute him.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. This is the first, Brandon. I ain't never heard that.
Where's the mute button?
Hold on.
Anyway, back to Brandon Travis.
Hey, I got him back for you, Gabe. I got him back for you.
Thank you, man.
Now I gotta get you now. All right. Anyways, that's all right.
What's the show about again?
Oh, Brandon, go ahead, bro. Oh my God.
All right.
Oh, wow.
I can't get my thoughts together now. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Great movie. I think it's got a common theme like most of, even though the MCU is a franchise, it's like all of these movies can be franchises within a franchise. And just like, the Iron Man, you could say trilogy or whatever you want to say leading up into Endgame, I feel the same way about Guardians of the Galaxy. Even though they kind of came to the end and, always say we'll meet you later, whatever people say. It was just the time for it, because I think as they're moving towards like Secret Wars and they're kind of turning the page from what's been like the dominated brand of characters that they've been using for the last MCU, 1 to 5. This is 5, I think, but 5 going into 6. So they're kind of like turning the page, almost like testing the waters. I think it was a great ending to the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it was a great ending. And of course, everybody wanted to know about Rocket, and so you finally got to figure out. Well, if you didn't read the comics, but you kind of got to hear and see what was going on with Rocket. And of course, that was going to be emotional because Rocket was always the tough guy, But you find out that most people that are tough sometimes have tragic past. And that's real world as well as cinematic. And sometimes people with traumatic past have the most passion, even if they don't know how to express it. Like Andre Buford, but that's all right.
Dang. You said you got trauma, bro.
Man, I'm telling you, I got church hurt like everybody else.
So ultimately, it was a great movie. And great send off to the Guardians. Great send off to the Guardians. I'm sure they'll
go get Brian's book.
Yeah, I'm mad.
Hey, do that.
They don't like that church hurt. Don't say that too loud.
Great review, Brandon. Great review.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Who's next?
Hey, man, go ahead.
Let me start this out by saying this.
Of course, I'm last.
Always last, man.
All right, yeah. Okay.
Let me start this out by saying this. I was so nervous going into this movie. I was literally at my wit's end because Marvel, for the past couple of years, has been putting out a lot of content, but not enough quality. But I'm so happy to say Guardians of the Galaxy is a 9.5 out of 10 for me. 9.5 out of 10. The only reason I don't tack on the 0.5 is because I really don't like what they did with Adam Warlock too much. I feel like they kind of hyped him up from the beginning to be this, this grand enemy, powerful. He's still powerful, but he came off a little bit childish, and I understand why in the movie because he was let out too early. But I kind of don't like what they did with him from the jump. But everything else is literally A1, from Rocket's story, us finally getting to know, because I didn't read the comics like that for Guardians of the Galaxy. When Guardians of the Galaxy 1 came out, that was literally my genesis and my introduction to the franchise and to the movie as a whole. And it hit out the park from the first time. But finally getting to know where Rocket came from and why he is the way he is was awesome to me. This was almost, and I get, Star-Lord is pretty much the main, the highlighted character of the movie. But this was almost a dedication to Rocket for me. From telling his story. Like, the plot was literally all about him. In the flashbacks to where he came from and the relationships they built up with Layla, I forget her name, and everyone else. It was just A1 100%. And the High Evolutionary, bro.
Oh, he was
one of the best villains Marvel has presented. And literally, he wasn't like a Loki that you hate him, but you love him at the same time because he's full of charisma. But when you saw him, you hated everything about dude. Like, he just like, dude, like, man, why are you so evil like this? But just the whole movie was A1. And I love the fact that Guardians almost felt like it was a Avengers level movie. Literally because the stakes were so high. When you look at a lot of Marvel movies, especially lately, one of the things that people hate about it is there are literally no stakes at all in these movies. But in this one, the stakes was high. You thought somebody was about to die. When Peter Quill was out there in space, bro, I almost busted the gasket. I thought it was a wrap, bro. Like I thought he was done. My wife literally recorded me going crazy in the movie theater, grabbing what was left of my hair. Like it was just.
We need that video.
Yeah. Okay, Alexis, since Alexis, if you watch it, please. Post
Alexis, you bet not.
So to the point you just made, though, he was in space about to die. Didn't that happen every other movie he was in?
Not like this, bro.
I'm not saying not like this. I'm saying did it not happen?
That's a thing. I think it's a common thing.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
But this time I thought he was dead for real.
Because normally before you can always tell when someone is going to be close to dying, but not yet. And this one, his face was blowing up. Like his eye was popping out his socket. Like it.
But that's a weakness of Marvel. I mean, they don't have a lot of people who die and just be dead. It's very, 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 very.
Well, that's a comic theme in general.
Yeah, superhero thing.
I know, but I don't like it.
Listen, I'm cool. Ever since Tony Stark,
Tony's gone. So
right, I'm like, ever since Tony Stark died, I'm like, don't kill nobody else.
Gone.
Exactly. You think he gone, and then all of a sudden,
there's still time travel.
The multiverse comes out, and Tony Stark's back.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, I just think that with people dying gives it actual stakes. Like, but you just know they're gonna come back. Oh, okay, well.
Now I do agree with that Adam Warlock thing because. That was one thing. It's like at the end of the, what was it when we saw the Cocoon? You got excited. If you know anything about Adam Warlock, like that man is a beast in the comics.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like
he's cutthroat. His mentality is just
So it's like when you saw that Cocoon, and it's like you get to this movie, and it's like, I mean, he is there, but he's not really there.
It wasn't his movie.
Well, they had to pay off the setup. Honestly, I think that was the real issue. They set him up in the end of Guardians Part 2, and you have to pay off somehow.
You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Gabe, you still was that it, or you got more to?
No, that's mostly it. One more thing: Gamora and Peter Quill, their relationship in this movie and their dynamic, I thought was perfect. It was realistic to where Gamora actually is, showing us that this isn't the Gamora that he's used to, but this is the Gamora that we first saw in the first one. Like she was more cutthroat, you know what I mean? She was more ruthless, and we almost forget that she had to build up to those walls breaking down that we've seen in Guardians 2 and the Avengers and stuff like that. So I love the fact that they made it realistic. And I forgot her name. What is it? Zoe
Saldana?
Zeland or something like that?
Yeah, whatever her name is. She killed it. So yeah, 9.5 out of 10.
I'm gonna leave some for Dre, but I honestly disagree wholeheartedly with that last part. I hated the relationship between the two.
Wow.
I thought it was strong. Terrible. I was
tell us how you really feel.
You didn't think it was realistic? To who she is and where the timeline she's from?
I get it. I hear your perspective and I respect your perspective, but I thought it was terrible. I'm like, dude, like get over it already. Like remember the man, please, because the little puppy dog eyes he had the whole half of the end of the movie. I'm
but she couldn't remember him. It's a whole different Gamora.
Gamora.
Like picture if that was your wife, Brian. Like if this was your wife from a different timeline and she didn't remember all the moments you guys had leading up.
I'd be mad.
You know what I mean? Like that.
That means Peter Quill ain't got no game because otherwise it don't matter. Shannon from any timeline, I would get
Make
it.
her remember.
That's right.
Well,
no matter what timeline she's from.
She kind of fell in love with him through the power of trouble. and chaos. So not really just his own game. So
Yeah, but he knows what happened. Just redo it again.
Yeah, almost die again.
That's what happened. Right. That's exactly what happened. They basically kidnapped her.
Take her out in space and take your helmet off again.
Hey man,
Or
ain't that toxic?
Yes.
Hey, I was gonna die for you to love me.
What he do in the first one? He let her listen to music off his Walkman too. So she kind of broke wall. You know what I'm saying? Like made vulnerable for that. But to me, Gabe, I understand completely what you're saying, and then we're gonna go to Andre in a minute. But I understand.
He can just talk about Morty.
For Peter Quill to, because we seen him at the beginning, he is a drunken mess because the woman that he loves is gone. And not only is she gone, she's back technically, but from a different timeline, and she remembers nothing.
That's probably worse. That's not that she's just gone, but no, she's back. She just don't want nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with and she keeps reminding him, I'm not the Gamora that you knew. So you need to stop reminding me or trying to get at me because it's not going to happen.
Hey, can we give praise to James Gunn for pulling out the perfect movie with comedy and emotion at the same time?
Yeah.
Bro.
I don't like James Gunn, so no.
The emotional moments in this movie, man.
I don't like James Gunn, no. He get nothing from me.
Yeah, he's going to give us this masterpiece and just bounce.
That's exactly what he did.
That's what he did.
He went out on a high note. That's exactly what he did. But for me, I love the story because we find, like we said, Rocket is probably my favorite out of the Guardians. And, every time he was, he was always aggressive. If you notice from Volume 2, Yondu really got to him because he was telling him he was like, you're just someone that has all that trouble, all that hurt, and you try to put it off on somebody else. So you always want to be aggressive and this and that. You know,
just like me, boy.
That's like me. You know what I mean? So for us to finally see what happened to Rocket, and then for the Guardians, when they got the file, for them to see what happened to him and the emotion on their faces, oh my God. So this is why he is the way he is. Not only did they go through these movies and they finally have love for each other, you know what I'm saying? But for it really instilled a deep more into them. You know what I'm saying? And for Peter and them trying to save his life, you really hit that emotion. And the other thing is with Gamora, for being another time, like you said, she's back to that aggressive, no love Gamora. So she's trying to figure out why are y'all trying to save? I don't understand. What's the point of you trying to save? Or even when they're on when the High Revolutionary ship is getting ready to blow up, you know what I'm saying? She's still trying to figure out why y'all trying to save all these people? We need to leave so we can survive. Not understanding that this is what the Guardians do. We are heroes. We save lives. And Pastor B shaking his head. But
and take a small profit.
But it's true. But what I loved about what they did was, if you notice, whenever you saw something bad happening in the present, when you did that flashback, it was something happy with Rocket. Him becoming friends with all those animals. And then when you flash back, when something happy was happening in the present, you went back and saw something bad happening with Rocket. Him with the High Revolutionary or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to
tag him in, Coach. Drake said tag him in.
I know, he ready. I'm with Gabe. Shout out to the actor who played the High Revolution, because he praised the villain like nobody's ever. He played him.
He one of the best, man.
One of the best. And like we all said, I know I said it earlier, that tunnel scene with them all fighting, shout out, and with the Beastie Boys playing in the background, was so good. So good. Listen, I know my brother and my son's godfather is ready.
Hey, he got to butter him up before he tag him in.
Yeah. I do. I'll butter him up.
My brother in the Christ.
I thought he was gonna stop us and say my brother and my son. I'm about to say what?
Hey, who is Brian pointing to?
I don't know, man. Like
He pointed the wrong way.
the wrong way.
What he pointing to?
Darrell.
I think he needs a ride or something, man.
Somebody help my brother out, man.
He ain't never been right. He ain't never been right without that plant. That plant.
Don't come for my plant. My plant is at the ER. You don't watch the movie.
Oh man, but for me, definitely is one of the top Marvel films. Definitely, I think the best out of the trilogy. Honestly, the Guardians movies are probably some of my favorite movies in the Marvel MCU. Okay, because there's always well balanced between comedy and some serious also. So I definitely.
It might be the best trilogy, bro.
I was just about to say it might be the best trilogy also.
Hey, well, don't forget the Christmas special.
Oh, the Christmas special was pretty good too. Kevin Bacon there. Yeah, the Christmas special was funny too. Norm,
okay. We gotta let Dre speak. We done talked up everything. Let the man speak, man.
I was trying to get to Dre, but Pastor Beaky's pointed to the wrong side. So, we're gonna go with Dre, man. Dre, you're all about writing. I'm gonna go with Dre. Go ahead, man.
All right, I'm look. I just been patiently waiting for Jay, but with all due respect, Jay did have to finish because for some reason he was interrupted at some point. So I think it was Brian. I think Pastor B.
I did not interrupt him. Thank you.
He said,
bring it on back. Put some respect on my name. It was not me.
All right.
It was Norm sponsoring, putting out story.
And now I'm done taking up for you. I was taking up for you, trying to get you a chance to speak.
I retract my statement. I am sorry, Pastor B.
Okay, I will admit I did interrupt Jay, but that's just because he didn't fill it back to the preacher role. He just kept going and going. You gotta wrap that thing up, man. Come on.
Like filibuster on the state floor.
It's time to get that clergy.
I'm still learning, Norm. My bad. Go ahead, Andre.
I'm gonna start with my rating. I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie a 9. The writing was exquisite. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, man. The writing was beautiful. I don't know where they got these writers from, but they might not be a part of the Writers Guild because they're on strike right now. But just and I found out that James Gunn actually wrote about 30% of the movie amongst his table. So shouts out, like Gabe said, shouts out to James Gunn because he definitely went out with a unshameful bang, you know. Of course, and it actually made me excited for what he's going to do with DCU. Even a little more. I had a lot against him, you know. I had the same grudge Norman has, but I'm excited to see what the DCU has for the future. Now, my favorite part, of course, was everybody's favorite part, the tunnel scene, which was choreographed cinematically, so beautifully. The CGI, you know, the isolation, just the framework was amazing.
Music.
Everybody looked sweet. Nobody looked trash, but the ones who was getting killed. So you know, all praise be to whoever that choreographer was. I do want to give shouts out to James also for looking out for his brother, Kraglin, for giving him a shot at actually being, you know, one of the main characters of the movie. Did a great job, you know, with the whistleblower. And I do agree with Brian on the whole Gamora and Peter spectacle. I understand his hurt and I understand his pain, but I'm kind of over that storyline with him and Gamora. It was a little. It was just too. It was. I wish they kind of would have chose somebody else's storyline instead of that one. You know, trying to go back to his first love. But I do understand how he felt, just because if you've ever seen one of your exes that you actually, you know what I'm saying, it gives you some type of from a loving standpoint, some type of way. But he was a drunk, you know, we get it. Same thing for every other movie. Evolutionary, great guy. Hopefully they cast him for Kang, because we understand that Jonathan Majors might not be a part of Marvel no more. Just want to put that out there. Also, no.
Hey, I'm kind of scared to talk about it.
No, no shots
Everybody like, ooh.
no shots intended, but it's looking real. I mean, even if
Mm-hmm.
he found not guilty, they still gonna find some way to make him guilty. He's a black man. Let's just be honest. Adam Warlock, trash, for sure. That's why they didn't get the full 10. Also, I love Nebula. This Nebula. I don't know. I know Nebula's character is to be grimy and mad all the time, but I actually like the love inside of Nebula. She's actually pretty cooler when she's actually not mad at the world. But
is it just me, or did you think Nebula was kind of feeling Quill a little bit throughout the movie?
You know, I felt like it was a little shades of her, of what her sister, another woman's trash is another woman's treasure type situation.
Yeah.
Like,
That would have been a weird romance, though, man.
It would have been very awkward.
Now, from my understanding, even though she's an android, she still has organic function. So,
Peter says she still can get it.
Man, that
You saw him real quick. Like, hold on, let me think about this.
Yeah, that's right.
He was looking at
hilarious,
those
man.
It's a little too hard, man.
That scene was so funny. And let me give an honorable shout out to Cosmos. Love Cosmos. If y'all have ever seen Cosmos in the comics, very powerful human dog, whatever they want to make it. Rocket's storyline was awesome. Writing, like I said, the writing was beautiful. Y'all know how I feel about the writers' table. So I'm gonna go with a 9. Love the movie. I'm looking forward to more James Gunn's work in the DCU now, and hopefully Marvel can pick up where he left off.
That's gonna
Quick
be hard.
question for y'all: do y'all think this was the best movie to come out of Phase 4?
I'm gonna say yeah.
It's actually Phase 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Oh, from come out of every movie, from Phase 4 on up to now.
Oh, ooh.
No, it wasn't better than Spider-Man.
Well, it's
I'm gonna have to say it was.
It's right there, man.
I don't know about that.
You talking about Home Away from Home or something? What is it?
No Way Home.
Home Away
No
from
Way
Home.
Home.
It's right there, bro.
It's too many
I'm
homes
sorry.
for me.
I think.
I'm sorry,
I think-
Norm. It's
I
right
think
there,
that-
man.
I think too that what's maybe influencing some of y'all choices how bad Ant-Man was.
Right.
Coming off the heels of that for a great movie after that, so you're like, oh my god, and which it was good, but Spider-Man No Way Home was. It was better.
The reason I said Adam Warlock was trash is because it was. That's one thing I disagree with James Gunn on. They didn't make his interest spectacular. Like it was, it was so out of nowhere. It was random. It's like he's flying through space.
Yeah.
This is this is Will Poulter. Where's the grand entrance? Like that's what I was looking for. Like maybe a nice battle scene.
And what makes it worse is we've been waiting for him all these years.
Yeah. You're right. Yep.
That's what makes it worse.
Well, that's why I said they had to pay it off somehow, because they set it up like it's going to be banging, and then it went a different direction in the whole MCU.
Yeah.
So they had to pay it off.
Well, you could tell he was more of an afterthought. So even though they teased him in the last Guardians movie, he still didn't give him his full, like Dre was saying, his full entrance when you introduce a real new character. Because Adam Warlock is almost like Superman of
he's
Marvel.
actually he's very powerful. And they kind of did him like they did Kane. Let's be honest,
man.
like they nerfed him. Like they nerfed the heck out of him. Like even Jay said it when me and Jay was at the movie. They nerfed Adam Warlock.
Yeah, Adam Warlock's supposed to be pretty powerful. So
he did save Peter Quill though.
He did.
It was so funny.
That was hilarious.
How you call that a save? I mean, it's just like.
Wait, Brian,
was.
What rate did you give the movie?
I would give it a 9. I think 9. I don't think I said it, but yeah, I think a 9 was what I would give it. Yeah.
I don't think nobody said it besides you, me, Gabe, and now Brian.
I'd give it a 9.
No, I'd give it a 9 too, to be honest, because it was definitely definitely one of the best films. Like Gabe had asked out of Phase 4, hands down. and it's definitely up there with some of the best films. And honestly, and like we said, Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the best trilogies, if not the best trilogy in the MCU.
That's
because Thor just went straight down with his.
I don't know.
I don't know if you give it the best trilogy.
I don't think it was the best trilogy.
I don't know.
No,
But
the
so
only
which one's
other
the best
trilogy.
It's
the only
Avengers.
trilogy
I thought Avengers
can
was the best
compete.
trilogy.
You said Spider-Man?
Avengers.
I would have said Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Avengers had a weak movie though.
Which one?
Which one?
Ultron was weak.
What?
What?
No.
Age of Ultron?
No.
Come on.
Age of Ultron?
Yeah.
Bro,
Come on,
that's
come
one
on.
of the
Not,
worst received
not,
movies of
not,
the Avengers,
you don't even
bro.
you don't even deserve to wear that Morbius is trash.
Ultron was tough, man. For like
Age of Ultron was dope.
Ultron was probably the weakest Avengers movie out the
Why,
four.
Gabe? Why do you
Dude,
think that?
Ultron.
Why,
David
though?
Spader as Ultron was
He
killed
was
it.
cool, but I
Hey,
mean,
what was-
so
what-
I
why
wanna
do you-
hear his
what
reason.
Avengers movie was Ultron better than?
Well, it was right. It was the. I'm gonna say maybe the last
better than
best
Ant-Man.
Avenger movie, but it's not a horrible movie.
It's better than
Lord, it was
Okay,
better
so-
than
so
than Love and Thunder for sure.
So,
wait.
so my
the
point
premise
is
that is the premise that Age of Ultron is out of the 4 Avengers movies so far, Age of Ultron is the weakest. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, in a lot of Marvel movies, it's the weak. Like it's not highly acclaimed at all. Like, come on, y'all should know this. Like, it's not highly acclaimed.
Okay, I don't listen to other
Oh,
people's
if my
opinions.
point is,
we don't agree with you.
That's my point is with the Guardians of the Galaxy is out of the trilogy, there was no weak movies. All of them were good. We can't say
Guardians
that
of the
about
Galaxy 2
Captain
was weak.
America.
Yes, you can. No, Captain America is a better trilogy than
You
than
know-
Guardians
No,
of
the
Galaxy.
first one was trash. Stop it. Come on. The first one was trash. Come on, y'all.
The
know,
first Captain America was
First
trash.
Captain
The
America.
first Captain America. Are you serious?
Wait, hold on, Gabe.
Hold
The
on.
Gabe, you
first
stinking.
Captain America.
Gabe,
Y'all
you
think that was
stinking.
good?
Gabe, you
Yeah,
stinking.
dude.
We need to throw you a life vest. You drowning, man. And you're not asking for no help.
Hey,
You know,
Gabe.
So y'all,
Hey, look, Gabe.
so
does
y'all
tell-
like the first Captain America? Like, it was
Look,
great. It was a great
Gabe-
movie.
Gabe,
It was a-
Gabe, you done fell from presiding bishop to a trial sermon. Now you
Hey, you know when somebody say, "Come on, man," they drowning.
Hoping for that one person
they
to be
try
like,
to-
you know
they try
what?
to bring
It's
you in. They try to bring you in. They go, y'all should know this.
Anybody?
No.
Anybody?
Anybody?
Right.
You know
Is
what?
there one?
Everybody,
Is there
everyone,
one?
everyone in the comments. I hope y'all praying for a former
Man,
president.
you did make us think about it for a second, Gabe. Then we snapped back to reality.
we snap back. The first Captain
Wait.
America.
So y'all loved the first Captain America. Like,
Okay,
it was
wait,
great.
no. See,
See,
this is a
you-
classic.
yeah.
No, this is a classic argument tactic. He's
Using
amping it
those-
up. First, we
right.
say we liked it. Now we loved it.
Love it.
Now, wait, nobody said that. What I said was the Captain America trilogy was better than the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. That's all I said. You adding words I didn't say.
Nah. But y'all don't believe the first Captain America was pretty weak, though?
But
I
what
give it about a
Like,
7.
Winter Soldier is one of the best films ever.
What makes
Civil
you say
War,
that?
one of the
What-
best.
What about
Agreed.
what about the movie? Do you feel was weak, from plot to character to what? What was weak?
Just the story wasn't that great. Like, when you look at it in comparison to the
what?
next two,
It was a Captain America story.
the drop
but hold
off
on.
is deep.
Okay. Okay, the next two were better. I agree.
So
But
so
that
are
don't
No,
are
make
you
it
not
are
better.
you gay are you gauging
Catastrophically better.
are you
Not
gauging
just better.
are you
It
gauging
was night and day better, bro.
Now,
Like, are
you
y'all
don't need-
serious?
What did you use
What are
it?
you
Y'all,
saying?
for real-
More
y'all really
action?
like that?
What
I
was
liked it, but I mean, I agree that the later ones were better, but that doesn't mean I don't like the first one.
he's starting to
Okay,
switch, y'all.
let me walk it back. It wasn't trash.
it ain't going the way he intended it.
All right. Hey, I saw this going differently in my mind.
look, now Gabe ain't he ain't at the trial sermon no more. He in the pastor's office. I think I've been called to preach.
Because what it sound like that you gauging superheroes. So let's just say you don't really like Captain America like that.
Yeah. Is that true? You don't like Captain
said,
America?
wait, say it again, Andre.
It sound like you gauging superhero storylines. So say you just don't like Captain America's storyline like that. It's
No, I
weaker
don't.
than it's
and
weaker
he
than
betrayed
Iron
Tony
Man.
Stark, so he.
I can't
I could care
respect
less.
that.
I could care less about him. He a hypocrite.
You gotta look.
I'm
You
sorry,
gotta get off of that bitterness.
You gotta give Red Skull a prop.
This
Red Skull
person,
is
this
a great
person
villain.
right here.
Come on,
this right
Tony
here
Stark
proves-
died for Captain America, man. You gotta let him go.
Hey, but you gotta give Red Skull his props. It was a
That's
great
true.
villain.
Red Skull was a dope villain.
Red Skull's a real
He was cool.
He
was great. He was great. Just the
was trash
overall
on that
movie
mountain,
to
though.
me, it like when I compare it to other Marvel movies, it's just not great to me.
I just think it's the origin story, so it's slow.
Right.
It's like you got to fill in so many people, like how he became who he was. So I think for that, I think that's what it is. It's like, I mean, it's not the most exciting storyline or anything, but it's like you know what it is. Hey, this is going to be his origin story.
So what did you guys like about it?
I just think it was done well.
Anybody or is-
I love the storyline.
yeah, it was great.
So let me be honest. Red Mask was trash on that mountain. He saw all them people die for that Mind Stone and just let it happen. Anyways,
What?
yeah, I know it was random. So random. It was so random. It was so random. I was just trying to throw Gabe a life vest to kind of soften the situation because it's not looking good.
Yeah, no choice.
But in my
Brandon
opinion,
likes Bible Man, guys.
It'll save your life.
what's your question, Norm?
So what do y'all think? So we said, so what's all the trilogies? So we got the Avengers trilogy, or there's 4 movies out of them.
Well, you got the Iron Man trilogy, you got the
Iron
Thor
Man.
trilogy, you got Captain America trilogy. So you have all those. Those are only real trilogy. Everything else is just 2 movies. Black Panther was 2 movies.
Do y'all think we get a Black Panther 3?
I hope not.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Dang,
but I
no,
was just about to say we're calling these trilogies.
wanna
Technically,
see
they're
Blue
not
Panther?
trilogies. They just show 3 movies, but the movies go far beyond 3. In the
Right.
comics, but so.
I don't want to see a trilogy of Black Panther because at this point, I don't like where it's headed to. I'm just not. I don't like.
Where's it headed, Norm?
Where's it headed?
I don't-
I
it's
thought
off the
number
cliff.
2 was bad.
Speak
No,
your
it's-
mind.
it's-
Speak your mind.
Okay.
Norman
woman-
liked
here-
Ant-Man
Woman's
better than
month is
Black
over.
Panther, y'all.
Don't
Okay.
get Norm started.
Wait.
Huh?
Hold on.
Women's month is over, Norm. Speak your mind.
Thank you. No, what I didn't like the what Okoye become the blue
Night
Blue
Angels.
Beetle?
They're not
Yeah.
even.
Night Angels.
trash. Okay, it's trash, flat out.
You talking
So-
about the new series coming?
Yeah, it's a whole series on them.
She
So
gonna get a back.
trash.
She gonna get a backstory.
Wait, y'all need to get on him the way y'all just got on me.
Okay,
I'm sick of it. He just said Black Panther.
What
What is this?
Norman is.
I actually agree. I don't want to say Black Panther 3.
talked
Look,
about
you gotta
this already,
understand,
y'all.
Gabe. Norm is IT. He can cut us off.
Yeah.
Still want to talk.
It's not even that. See, unlike my good friend, the assistant pastor Gabe, when I make an argument, I can stand on it. Your argument was weak, brother. I'm sorry.
And you did kind of retract a little bit. So you
Hey,
did
brother, listen. The way all 6 of y'all was looking at me.
this looked like Jeopardy for a minute.
But for Black Panther though, I thought there were talks about going back to the very beginning with Bashinga, so the very first Black Panther.
Ain't that
So,
because ain't they in works with a show for that?
yeah.
For Disney Plus.
That'd be
I'm
dope.
looking forward to that.
So, and
That
I'll
would
say
be decent.
the initial concept art of the character looked nice. So,
Let me tell you something. AI can make a whole 10 episodes now.
oh yeah,
They ain't even got to use real people.
Yep.
Shoot.
Man, y'all see these trailers these AIs making?
Ooh, AI taking over a lot of
Bro,
stuff.
AI done made a whole Drake album without Drake. It's wild. This AI is
It's wild.
Hey, here comes Skynet.
Yo, it's for real, bro. AI is taking over everything, man. There's so many AI companies out nowadays.
Now I do
It's
agree with
crazy.
you, Norm. I hope the Lord take us before they come. Lord have mercy.
Well,
I
They
do not
got
want to see
kids in school, getting AI to write whole essays and papers
Oh,
for them.
yeah.
Dude. It's
that. GPT chat is crazy.
GPT.
I am
Yeah.
not trying to use any
I'll
of
be
it.
honest. I
at
used
all.
ChatGPT to do a presentation, and nobody knew, and I came off looking like a superstar.
Really?
Praise the Lord.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Confession is good for the soul.
Hey, I was like, they were like, man, that was great. I was like, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
There go Pastor D.
Lord, I surrender. I surrender.
Hey, Brian, the AI almost got you again. There you go again.
Ghost in the machine.
Wait, so Jay, do we think that Guardians is one of the best trilogies? I happen to think so.
Listen to Gabe. Do we think?
How you trying to be controlling? That's that mind.
That sound like Donald Trump talking, man. That's that Donald Trump.
I know what he tried to do.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, I'm not saying it wasn't good. It was good.
I
But to
agree.
coin it the best,
I
don't
think
know.
I think all three Guardians movies, I think it was a good balance of both humor and stakes. I think all three of them were good. Even though the second one is weaker of the first and the third one,
It was still good.
it was still good. But overall, I think out of all the Marvel movies, period, those three movies specifically are good mix between humor and stakes.
I can say the
Go ahead,
second
Dre.
installment for Guardians of the Galaxy was predictable, so that kind of shrinks the whole hierarchy of Guardians of the Galaxy being the best one, which I disagree with. Avengers definitely for me, and then I'm a go ahead and say Captain America's trilogy was probably the second best one, and then Guardians of the Galaxy for sure.
Cap's trilogy is because Winter Soldier, my God.
Yeah.
So was Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy better than the Spider-Man trilogy?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Brian is definitely.
All of them were good, but
As much as I love Spider-Man, Guardians is definitely more watchable.
Let me tell you what saved the last Spider-Man. Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
stop it. That movie,
The
it was
nostalgia?
just a good movie, Andre. Like,
Thank
come
you.
on,
That's
we
real
can't
good
say that.
nostalgia. Look, I wasn't excited at all in that theater until I saw them. I'm gonna just be honest with you. And
No,
it seems
Andre, stop it. You know
it's-
good and well,
Yeah.
come on now.
Look.
I ain't gonna lie.
Left.
Like I spent half
Andre
the movie
turn,
waiting.
y'all.
It was like
Andre
that was
turn.
the one thing I was
People-
looking forward to see.
Gabe, do not lie. People went to that movie anticipating for that one scene.
Yep.
Let's be honest.
I know I did.
Every breakdown, every YouTube breakdown video that I showed first imposed that scene. Oh, it was awesome. It was crazy, amazing.
Well, yeah, Dre, but even still, if that was the case, then when we look at that movie, we would say the movie was only great because of those two. When you look at the movie, it was still a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, no matter who came in. You know what I mean? Like, he still kept the attention. The story was still about him. At the end of the day,
honestly, Gabe, like you said, before those two even got there, I was excited to see
The
Doc
villain.
Ock and Green Goblin come in.
There you go.
When you hear that laugh, wow, when you heard that laugh,
Oh my God.
Another conversation, not about Spider-Man.
But
Tom Holland.
But still,
And it's still based on the nostalgia of those characters.
I mean, all of those villains came from Tobey Maguire and Garfield, not Tom Holland. Look.
but he was the meat of the movie, though.
No, look, that
Like,
was
everything, like, he
together
didn't
and
get
not
drowned
real
out in the
processed
nostalgia
GMO.
of it.
it's been real, y'all. It's been real. God bless y'all. Have a good night. Thank y'all for
no,
coming.
even though before we get out of here, even though it was based on the nostalgia of No Way Home because of those characters, Tom Holland still held his own, knowing that people are coming to see those old villains and those two Spider-Man from before. He still held his own.
I'm gonna tell you, Zendaya carried Tom Holland. All right, let's go.
It, bro.
Serious?
You know what? This has been another episode.
This is another episode of The Church Nerd. All right, Jay, go ahead. Take it away.
Hey, we gonna get out before former presiding game starts rebuking and Pastor Pete. He get a headache.
Wait, you said Zendaya carried Tom Holland the whole movie? Are you serious?
Don't fall in the trap, man. Don't fall in the trap, brother.
This is blasphemy. This is
Don't
blasphemy.
Y'all gonna have to have a conversation by yourselves about this one.
Hey, Gabe, you see how I didn't jump into the ocean?
No. This is blasphemy.
You gotta make your statement. And you just gotta leave.
Nah, bro. Ain't no way.
He was speculating.
No way.
Oh man, hey man, listen. This has been another episode of the Church Nerds podcast. We have fun
That is
tonight,
crazy.
with my boys. Man, listen, like you said, we can keep talking Marvel all night if we wanted to, but we can't. But listen, I want all of y'all to make sure you go like, invite, share, tag, all that, man, to our YouTube and our Facebook page, the Church Nerds podcast. Listen, once again, I'm Jay Baldwin, Norman Heath, Brandon Travis, Darrell Walls, Andre Buford, Gabe Jordan, and Pastor B. He's got a headache. He's about to go pray for Andre.
I hope he gets some sleep.
And we are sponsored by, go ahead, Norm, Starry.
This episode has been sponsored by Starry. Starry Lemon Lime Cola Pop. It's very
Speak it
delicious.
into existence.
And if you want to sponsor a Starry, we'll definitely take it. You know.
Make sure y'all tag Starry. We're
They're
gonna start
Tag Starry.
gonna sponsor us. All right,
Hashtag
gonna
We're all tide paying brothers, so you know you can trust us with your money. God bless
Inbox
you.
us on Facebook, Star.
They gonna be like,
Go
you
ahead and
cannot
like
air
our
this
page.
episode. Show
They gonna send us a cease to desist.
a cease and desist.
Well, if they want to be any better than Sprite, they better go ahead and take our word for it.
That's right.
Because
Hey,
I'm
man,
still
we love
quenching my
y'all,
thirst.
man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Put in the comments your favorite Guardians of the Galaxy movie or your favorite Marvel film. We are out of here. See y'all next time on the Church Nerds podcast. God bless.
What up, though? Thank you so much for watching the podcast tonight, guys. We love you. We thank you for the continued support. Please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook fan page.